100 best things to do in your undies. Oh wait, listening to George Bush podcast. Shamar! All right. Speak words, boy.
Oh God.
Calm yourself.
William. Rule of three.
Got it.
Okay. I just realized we haven't got an intro for this documentary yet, and we only have 2 hours to do this.
All right.
We don't even know what we're gonna do for a documentary at all.
All right. I think I got it. We just have to turn to this mysterious TV we have over here that we got from Radio Shack.
What's that gonna do?
I mean, who knows?
Hey kid, do you like video games?
Yeah, we do like video games.
Are you looking for an intro for your documentary, and do you like shrimp?
And hey, we do need an intro.
And I do love shrimp.
Well, have I got news for you. This is the intro you've been waiting for. Welcome to Shamar's Thing.
Okay, I decided to start my search at the CDC because I have 3 people there that wouldn't mind sharing their opinions. So let's go!
Hello, how's it going?
Good.
Please answer these questions in complete sentences.
My opinion on video games is that they're an important part of our culture now. Students, especially guys, for some reason it seems like males are more interested in them than females, are totally obsessed with video games, some of them. And I think video games can be a good thing because they're diverting and can give you something fun to do.
So you don't think video games are as bad as they say?
I think they're both bad and good. I think there's a lot of bad in video games. There's a lot of video games that are not good because they make people so used to violence, and that it's okay to be violent. It's okay to kill people, and it's okay not to just kill people and move on to the next thing. And they also, I mean, I don't know, people, but I think there's much good in video games. There's a lot of fun games like Mario and other games that are just really fun to play and keep you entertained. That's a good thing. I think Minecraft is great. I think there's some really good games. I think there can be good. But I think there's a lot of games which are very popular, which are the killer games, you know, games where you kill people and people kill you. I don't think they're necessarily a good thing. I don't think the government or anybody should outlaw them, but I think people should think about whether it's a good idea or not.
What was your favorite game or genre back then?
I really liked Tetris. That was my fun. That was the game I kind of got into, just because it's mindless. And for games, I mean, I play solitaire online. I used to play solitaire on the computer a lot, and that's a game I really like. But I never really got into the games like racing games or any of those games. I don't have one because that's before my time. I mean, I'd have to say we because it's the only one I own. So that would be, you know, I like that. I mean, the kids, it's interesting to talk to students about that because some people really like to play with a certain game. They like one more, PS2 more than, I don't know what's one of the other ones, but they like one more than the other. I don't think it matters really.
PS2 is my generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's just different. I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I can play on whatever. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yes. Hello. Thank you for coming in so I could interview you. Please answer these in complete sentences.
My opinion on video games is that they can be educational, and they're one of many hobbies that people can have. Video games are not as bad as people say they are, even though some may be more violent than others. There are many games that are more on the tame side, and those that are violent those that are violent are a select few to a particular demographic.
Thanks. Next question.
My favorite genre of video games, probably sandbox open worlds, or visual novels. I like the story that could be told with interactive story novels, visual novels, where it's not only showing what's going on, as well as telling, it's also allowing you to choose what happens. And sandbox games are there's such a wide variety of them that you can literally do almost anything. My family has always been an Xbox family, so my favorite console would probably be a 360, maybe a One, though. Our ones have been a little finicky, so probably a 360.
Okay. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
Goodbye. Hello, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good.
Thank you for coming in and letting me interview you.
Oh, no problem. I mean, I had to be at this class anyway, so.
Okay, please answer these in complete sentences.
Absolutely. Honestly, I've been playing video games since almost the day I was born. The first console, well, my first personal console was the first edition PlayStation, and I just remember staying up way past my bedtime until like 1 in the morning as I'm 5 years old playing Mega Man Legends while my brother's sleeping on the top bunk. And honestly, those are some of the best experiences of my life. Video games have been such an important part of my life and becoming who I am, and I think that the mainstream media and, boomers and moms on Facebook draw way too much negative attention to video games in the video game industry. I really don't think they're as bad as people say.
Okay.
My favorite gaming genre is the shooter-looter because it just adds this level of realism and just fun to the game that you don't get in a lot of games. Skyrim, it doesn't have guns, but Shamar, it is a first-person based game that's also an RPG, is it not? Made by the same company who did Fallout. So yeah, my favorite gaming genre is the shooter-looter. Games like Borderlands, Fallout, to some extent Skyrim. And I love it because it's just like, I don't know, it puts you in a world that makes you think like, okay, I have the power to do as I please, you can become a hero, you can become a villain, and it all depends on your actions. And not to mention, can we just talk about the gun system in Borderlands for a second? I mean, there's literally, like they've said, there's over like an infinite amount of guns in the new game. That's just impressive to me. Like, the way they build these worlds and the deep lore within them and all the characters, it's fantastic. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so my favorite gaming console, personally, is the Sega Genesis. I see you by the camera, you're like, ah. No, I love the Sega Genesis. It was my first classic console that I ever got. You know, it came with, and when I got it for Christmas, I opened it and I'm just like a kid in the candy store. I had Simpsons, what was it? Oh, what was that game based around Bart and he was... You can cut this out, right?
Bart's Nightmare?
Yes, Bart's Nightmare. I had, and I'll never forget this one, I had the absolute terrible game, Batman Forever.
Oh, I thought we were going to say Bubsy.
I had Batman Forever.
Is that the one Batman game that's kind of like Cuphead and Contra in a way?
Kind of, yeah. But yes, my favorite console was the Sega Genesis, just because of the fact that it brought an entirely new era to gaming. Like, it was the only thing that rivaled the Nintendo Entertainment System. And plus, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Was that all the questions?
Yes, it was.
Awesome. Let's film this commercial now.
Okay, bye. Hey, Tony.
Hello, Shamar.
Thank you for letting me interview you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so please answer these in complete sentences.
Okay. My opinion on video games, actually, I think they're really fun. I never really had a problem with it growing up. No troubles, no anything playing the game, any game for that fact. But it depends if someone has mental health problems or something like that, for the game to kind of affect them, because there's stories on the news and stuff like that about kids, you know, killing their grandparents or like killing people and think that they'll respawn or like get revived, but that's not the case, you know. That's based all on mental health issues or something like that, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd have to say Xbox One.
Okay. Why?
The reason why for that is because I like the graphics and I get to download so much stuff. I mean, it's kind of like PlayStation 4. I mean, a big difference in those consoles, but I feel like Xbox One, I've been, you know, attached to Xbox all my life. I've never played PlayStation before, really. So, yeah, I only like Xbox.
Okay. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.
Thank you. Oh, that's a good question, actually. I like 2K, 2K20 NBA. It's one of my favorite games because I'm into basketball. I've been playing 2K since 2009. 2K9, that was when I first started playing 2K. It was so fun. Yeah.
So you're a sports kind of guy.
I'm a sports kind of guy, and I like Grand Theft Auto. I like that.
Okay. Hey, Miss Doran. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, Shamar. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
When I was young, I played video games. I played things on Nintendo. I had an Atari. I loved video games, and I definitely see the benefit of them. I have 2 children, and they have an Xbox that they play. I see that it helps with their creativity, it helps their imagination, I think it helps with gross and fine motor skills. There's cooperative learning that takes place, so I definitely see that there are a lot of learning benefits to video games. I think it can be a positive outlet for kids, but I think they need to be monitored. So for my kids, we set time limits, and we definitely have parameters as far as what video games they're allowed to play, because I think violent video games have no purpose for young children. I think for kids, even teenagers, in my experience as a teacher, just the research I've done, I think that they can definitely make kids more aggressive. I think that they can, violent video games can cause kids to kind of lose touch from reality and be desensitized to certain things. So I think it's a fine balance between, allowing your kids use of technology, but you have to monitor what they're playing and how long they're playing it for. And my kids, sometimes they take technology breaks. My husband and I have them take technology breaks if we feel as though they've been playing too much. And usually what happens, if they've been having too much screen time, is when we set limits, they start to get angry. So I do see that it can become addictive for kids. So I think, again, having parameters around what they're playing and how much they're playing is very important. So there are pros and cons to video games.
Okay.
I loved The Legend of Zelda. That was my absolute favorite. I don't know why, I just thought it was really neat. I thought it was neat to have this kind of fantasy world where, you have this princess or whatever Zelda was trying to figure out, her history and who she was, and it was very mystical and very intriguing to me, so I loved that. Oh, Nintendo, I think that's all we had. We started off with an Atari, and then it was Nintendo, and that was pretty much it. I think my brother ended up getting like a handheld Nintendo game, but I think I had moved beyond video games by that point, so.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, thank you for cooperating.
Thank you, Shamar. That was fun.
See you later.
See ya.
That was terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention at all. About like 5 minutes in, I remembered it was laundry day and I had to tend to laundry because you know what happens when we're behind schedule.
Yeah, but you know what happens when we actually do our laundry. If we get these sharp-looking clothes.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, I guess we should stop watching this garbage.
I mean, I can't even remember what our task was, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I'm not even wearing a watch, but I'm running a little bit late. I've got to make the kid's birthday party and be chairman for a little bit, so.
Yeah, and I got to find some rare cheeses. See you in 10.